Kim here. Who else would it be? This is the Bitcoin brief for June 9th. Hope you've had a good day. We are going to cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And so just going to get right down to it. Quick thing, in case you are not aware, I do have a Patreon slash Discord out there. If you're interested, go ahead and check it. It'll probably be in the reply on this on if you're on X or Twitter, or in the description on YouTube. So let's get started here. Bitcoin in particular, for the weekly, we'll cover weekly here more in observations with Otsu, which will be I think I'm going to move that to Tuesdays. But we barely just closed bullish here, and that's actually pretty insightful because if you look at this overall, I mean, we did, here was the previous top for this zone, clearly stayed above it for now, looking pretty good. We actually recovered quite a bit, and that's a pretty good weekly close, honestly. We do have a bearish consolidation still in play. It's at 78 and 35, so we still got a ways for the bears to kind of take control and or to continue to I guess attempt some more momentum, I should say. Ideally, you want the 78 on the bull side to be lower than 50. Once it gets below 50, that means the bears are a little bit more weaker. But right now, they still have some good strength behind this. I still think that we can go in a deviation here. I'm not so sure. As much as I don't want to, I think that we can and probably will get it. I guess we'll see how that goes. Time will tell. But I really am not. There's nothing out there that screams to me that we are going to have a great, June or July, and possibly even August as well. But so far, that's just based off of my gut. There's no technical analysis that says that, and whatever my gut says, I still look at technical analysis. So far, this is still a retest. It's still looking pretty good, and I need to, play the markets as what the charts say. Let's go ahead and go to the daily here. Here's what that looks like in retrospect. This is the weekly, so I'll get rid of this here. We will zoom in here, and honestly, you have this swing high order block. We've talked about this quite a few times, and so we deviated below, retest, got the reclaim, deviation, and then retest again, and this gives us a very interesting outlook in the markets. I think this could go 50-50. I'm leaning bullish here, and the reason being is because I take deviations pretty seriously. I honestly probably would have longed at the close of that deviation, and so I guess I'll just put it right here just for, I don't know why I put it way over there. For clarity's sake, stop loss really right there. It's a pretty tight stop, 3.7%, and then you could target really whatever you desire. I'm going to hit about a little over 115, get that 2.8R position for about 10%. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. But now that we're up here, I would probably keep it about the same. And again, this is going to be a variable take profit, and maybe not even take profit, because we're going to go into price discovery if we do that. Now, all that is null and void, and the reason it's null and void is because Aaron is still bearish here. We cross bearish, a low bearish cross. That's why this is gray. And so, for me, longs are on pause because the daily is showing bearish. Now we do have a very wide bullish consolidation at 71 and 7. So that's roughly like 65 or so. So. And that's a pretty good percentage. Anything above 50 is good. It's about roughly 65%. So that's really good. We can anticipate a push up. Now, if we get a bull cross, I'm very interested in longs. But right now, a little cautious. I'm optimistic here. The RSI is above 50, so that's really good. I'm just kind of wait and see here because, one, I always play by confirmation. Two, I've seen this come back down and reject before, so I'm just kind of gonna wait this out. I think this is a waiting game until we figure that out. And so from a price action perspective, this is looking pretty good because it reclaimed that zone, and so as long as it stays above 104.8, I think that's perfectly fine. Ideally, you want to go back above and reclaim this whole section about 109.5. So let's go to Ethereum, down almost 1% here. A lot of chicken scratch here. I'm not sure of the context, so I'm going to go to a different chart. I don't want to look at it in case it's something that's useful or not, I honestly don't know. So with this here, we actually closed below the zone. So this would have been a short option. I talked about having a short position to about 1850 or like even as high as like 2050. And but we actually reclaimed the zone, and now we're kind of back in the zone even after a couple days. So this is a really tricky price action order block. I really don't like this. This is a very frustrating section for me. I still think that we could come down, but now that we've reset the zone, we got to play this range. And so this could be this actually could be a deviation with this section, but I think I would still rather play this range because it's been pretty tight. It's gone back and forth, so I'm going to let it stay paused. It is above 50 on the RSI. We do have a bullish consolidation, roughly at about 57%. So these are looking good for a bullish reclaim. So what this tells me too is, last week we had a choppy week, which I thought we would have. Now for this week, if we end up having a good bullish week, I think that's a good confirmation that the market could continue. And so we'll see. The bulls have an opportunity to really gain some progress and momentum here for the rest, really for June, honestly. And so I think June's a very tricky month here. We'll see how that goes. So far, nothing's set in stone. Bulls have a really good chance to kind of regain some momentum. And then Solana is, last but not least, down about 1.2. This bounce here roughly at the range, and we're just kind of waiting for this range break. This is much more clear. I think this is the clearest of the three. A long signal would be something like this, targeting the top here. A very clean 6.3 at 61%, but the Aaron is still bullish or bearish here on the bearish cross. Had a high bearish cross at 53%. I would like it to at least reclaim the band here at about 58%, so I'm going to adjust it there like so at about 5R. I also would like it to close to cross bullishly, but we don't have that just yet, and RSI is below 50, so the momentum's not really there either. So despite this one looking the cleanest, it's probably the least likely that I would try to trade right now. I would wait for that confirmation, especially since the chart looks much cleaner. The confirmation on the chart would probably be the strongest of the three. So anyway, that is a video, kind of short and sweet. I'm going to make these Bitcoin brief videos shorter than they have been, just so you can kind of get in, get out, drink your coffee or whatever, and go about your day. And so leave the longer videos for the premium members. So speaking of premium, that is my Discord/Patreon. Depending on how you access it, you have access to both of those. But let me know, let me know what you think. Like I said, if you want to sign up for the premium chat, go ahead and check it out if you want. Thank you for watching. Let's have a good week. I'll see you next time.